Okay, I think I am streaming as per usual. Let's do the audio check. Excellent. I can hear myself already. That's good.
Excellent. I can hear my.
Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going? You are here early. You beat me to my own stream. I can see the timestamp was like 7 minutes ago. So, how's it going? Um, oh, is the bot not on? Hold on. I sometimes have been seeing that StreamerSonglist bot doesn't work for whatever reason. So I just have to like reset it. So I go into like settings, basic, and then I just toggle the songless bot connected on and off. So now if you try it, all right, there you go. Looks like it's working. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for getting everything set up, Chan. Appreciate it. I haven't even put on cheating gloves yet, so that's that's how early we are at. So here we are, putting on cheating gloves. I have now moved on to my second container of Sort Quick. It's not bad. It was like a year and a half-ish, right? of Sort Quick use before I decided to get a new container. I mean, I actually bought them in bulk. By bought them in bulk, I mean I bought 3 of them. Come in the 3-pack. And I'm now using the second one. So, not bad. Alright. Okay, let's see here. But how's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully everybody... Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Let me get... I don't even know where I put the Twitch deck. Oh, here it is. Okay. Chan the Magic Man, the signer of the Queen of Clubs. There we are. Chan the Magic Man. Chan's doing good, sounds like. Excellent. Well, good to hear, Chan. So let's see. This week I've had a eventful week. A lot of ups and downs, I guess, but so full disclosure, last week on Sunday, while the stream was going on, I was suffering from a gout attack. And today I'm still suffering from the same gout attack. It And if anybody is curious, yeah, it hurts like hell, but started getting better a couple days ago. But the reason why I need to tell you now is that it'll make way more sense because I have to tell you about what happened on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, my local chapter of the Society of American Magicians put on the annual free magic show, free to the public. We do a fundraising thing when people get there, but for the most part, yeah, you can just come in and watch the show. But it is I had to drive to the venue with my I've been calling myself a peg leg in my head because it hurts like hell. I had a cane. I was carrying I was carrying my tripod and my camera in my backpack, and it was just like, and everybody's like, "Nom, what did you do to yourself?" And I'm like, I didn't do anything to myself. My body did it to me. Like that's yeah. I guess one of the factors normally is like, obesity, and another one is bad diet, and I don't think those are it. The next most logical choice for me is it's a genetic condition, very hereditary genetic condition. So I'm like, oh, come on. So anyway, Durkee Blaine, welcome in. How's it going? Exhausted from a long day with the family. Hope you have a great stream. Gonna be lurking a bit. Thank you so much, Durkee Blaine. Greatly appreciate it. So anyway. Here I was suffering from this gout attack. I've known I've had it for like a few years now, since like 2020, really. But um, so I was going to record this annual magic show, but I had to go downstairs with this cane, and it hurt like hell. But anyway, I recorded the show. It was a wonderful show. It was really good that I was there to record because I don't think it would have been recorded really otherwise, because the other people who would have recorded were performing in the show. So, um, but anyway, I have put up that show on YouTube already. So if anybody wants to catch the the recorded magic show of the Society of American Magicians, Chapter 47. That is this link right here. So feel free to check it out if anybody wants. It is like a little bit more than an hour long, but it showcases a bunch of local magicians from here in the greater Rochester, New York area. So there you go. Check it out. And I was actually, I laughed a lot during the show. It was actually a lot funnier than I had planned it to be. So you'll hear me like chuckle throughout the entire performance. And so we had, what was it, seven performers, I think. So, oh yeah, thanks for giving Durkee Blaine a shout out, Chan the Magic Man. Guys, if you're not following our friend Durkee Blaine, please give Durkee Blaine a follow. Durkee Blaine is a Friday gamer, but also has done magic tricks on stream before. So definitely catch Durkee Blaine. No stream announcement, but I could sense it was time. Oh, hold on. I had it prepped in the chat. I just didn't press enter. GipsonLens, welcome in. Thank you so much for reminding me. I might have remembered, but there are some streams in which I end up coming back to Discord later, and I'm like, I didn't send anything. All right, whatever. Anyway, yes, thanks for getting a shout out for our friend and mod, GipsonLens. Guys, if you're not following our friend GipsonLens, GipsonLens is a pianist and is a composer and has composed a bunch of his own originals, also releasing his very first album a couple months ago. So definitely please, Adam07950. Adam, you have just kicked off a hype train. All right, here we go. Guys, you didn't know what we do for hype trains here is basically we have to do a bunch of magic as fast as possible, and I was not prepared for this, so here we go. Let's just do a bunch of magic as fast as possible. Alright, let's go ahead and have a card selected. Doesn't matter what it is. Here it is. I guess in the interest is, it is the Five of Hearts. Five of Hearts. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, we're now magically connected to the Five of Hearts, and if you are unaware, we can go ahead and let's go ahead and exercise this power. Go ahead and push it in the middle of the deck. And importantly, if I snap, that will actually make the Five of Hearts jump back up to the top of the deck. Wait. I don't think I snapped hard enough. I don't know if you got it, but here we go. There it is. Five of Hearts. Now here's the thing. We just got the power. We don't want to waste it. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, take it, put it in the middle of the deck. And let me snap again. Boom. That'll bring it back up from the middle, back up to the top. Five of Hearts. Non-fingers do not... not even sticky yet. Adam, I did get my cheating gloves on earlier, so that I have already done that. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put the Five of Hearts into the middle of the deck. Importantly, we haven't snapped yet, so it's not there. Anyway, so look, here we go. That will bring back up to the top. Here we go. Boom! Look at that. Now, some people believe magicians will do some sort of shenanigans, and to that I would say, yep, you're right, because we magicians are pretty sneaky. And so here we go. I'm going to leave this sticking out. You'll know that it's the same one because it's been signed by our friend Unfocused Nae. But yeah, so here's the Five of Hearts. But look, I'm going to go ahead and take it and put it in the middle of the pack. And take this whole pack, put it in the middle of this pack. Importantly, it's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. Not until we snap. And that will bring it back up to the top. Now, let's go ahead and do something with all of the fives while we are here, I guess. Okay, alright. Alright, so here's what we will do. I'm going to go ahead and turn all of these fives face up, but only one card at a time. But I'm not allowed to do it like this because that's how that's how regular people would do it. It's like, you know, I'm the magician, I am the cheater, right? Alstro Art, welcome in, how's it going? We're doing a hype train magic as fast as possible. But look, if I give it a magical twist, that's going to turn up the Five of Spades. Now, don't break your gaze, this is the part that gets people. I'm giving a magical twist. The Five of Spades turns itself face down. And of course, the Five of Diamonds turns itself face up. I know, that's super weird. I'm going to give this a magical twist, and of course that's going to turn up the Five of Clubs. We've got one more to hit up. I think it's actually the Five of Hearts, right? We didn't get that one yet. But because it's tired from the last trick, first, all four cards are face down. Even when I'm giving it a magical twist, that doesn't turn it face up. But actually, if I just go ahead and snap, like I did for the last trick, that will go ahead and... Hey, look at that. We have a Five of Hearts. Okay, alright, so, let me go ahead and do this other one. So, we have the 4 5s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here's what I want to do. If I go ahead and I place the 5 of spades down here, and I place the 5 of clubs over here, where would you guess that they are? If you guessed over here, that's correct, because I didn't do any magic. See? Okay. But, let's go ahead and if I just go ahead and I'm going to do that again, but we'll do the magic thing this time. So I'm going to go ahead and place the 5 of spades over here. I'm going to go ahead and place the 5 of clubs right there. And importantly, where is the 5 of spades? Let me do the magic. Okay. If you said here, you would have been correct up until I moved it. And so when I snapped, it actually jumped from here. 5 of spades has jumped over here because look, now the 5 of spades over here. 5 of clubs is right here, and these are the 2 red 5s. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. Okay, so let's see. We don't really need these at this point, and let me see here. Okay, alright, let's go ahead and do something with these 2 red 5s. Now, if I go ahead and, if you were here, I need a box. Okay, you could hold on to these cards like this. I would place them in your hand. This is a game. Try to remember which one's on the top. But here, I'll let you know which ones. So right now, if I have the 5 diamonds, you must have the, a lot of people would say 5 of hearts. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you how magicians swap out the card. We would slide it in between your fingers exactly like that. Pull out the other one just like this. So look, if I have the 5 of hearts, you must have the 5 of diamonds. That's correct. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to wrap up this trick, and then, so I'm going to do it at speed now, okay, ready? I'm going to swap it once, swap it twice. All right, there you go. Ha ha ha, a lot of people laugh, but I'd be like, all right, so at this point, would you be more impressed if the hearts was on the top and the diamonds on the bottom, or if the diamond was on the top and the hearts was on the bottom? At this point, it doesn't matter what they guess. I would just tell them to flip over their whole hand, and they would see that, oh, they're not even red anymore. And that, my friends, is, I'll call that a successful hype train. Thank you kindly for all of the support. So let's see, that one started with, let's see here, Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub. And Adam, so thank you so much for the 100 bits. And Alstro Art, thank you so much for the gigantified emote. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the support. All right, excellent. And thanks for the random request in the queue, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the claps. GipsonLens, Chan the Magic Man, Elster Art, emotes, and yeah. All right, cool. Oh, and yeah, and Chan already put one in, except that I already have a, I wanted to put one in there first. Actually, I'll just put it in after, because I do kind of have to prep for the brand new trick. Anyway, I recorded the magic show. Everything went well. I published it. It's available on my YouTube to watch if anybody wants to watch. 4 of the magicians from the show have already requested that if I could get them private clips for use on their magic website. And I'm like, all right, I'll call that a success. So anyway, hey, E-Room, welcome in. I was actually thinking, maybe I don't even need to look at that. I heard the bang, and I'm like, I knew who that is. Thanks for the bang, E-Room. Welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. All right. Oh, also we did a couple of shout-outs, but we didn't shout everybody out. So, guys who are not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule, so definitely catch Chan on, give him a follow. Catch him on Mondays. He does Magic Mondays. He's super close to 1,000 followers, so if he hasn't already hit it, definitely give Chan a follow so we can hit over 1K. If you do happen to catch Chan on another day, he might be playing a variety of different games, retro games, Grand Theft Auto 5, that kind of thing. So definitely give Chan a follow. All right, let's see here. And then, guys, if you're not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. E-Room, known as the Pope of Indiana. E-Room has a variety of different stream formats. He'll stream in real life stuff. He'll stream opening Kinder eggs on stream, trying to collect a bunch of things. He'll stream community games. So Chan the Magic Man says 12 away. Guys, Chan the Magic Man's only 12 follows away from 1K. So let's see if we can get him there. All right, let's see here. And then I did see Charlie's Beats. So guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Charlie's Beats, what I called Charlie a music Twitch famous chatter. I always have to think of the words. It's like, am I gotta get them in the right order or whatever? But anyway, you would think that I should know it by now because I basically call Charlie out every single stream, or sorry, shout Charlie out every single stream. But yeah, Charlie is a music Twitch famous chatter, and but he's been known to stream before, and he may stream again. Maybe music, maybe games, who knows? But definitely give Charlie a follow. Importantly, Charlie was very instrumental in, if you guys like GipsonLens emotes, very instrumental in getting this set up. Look at that. Gibson eyes. Gibson sus eyes. There you go. All right, let's see here. I love the the eyes and then the sus eyes. You know, if I was to have those emotes, I would probably simply just take pictures of my face, like right here. That's probably what I would end up doing. And then let me know if we missed anybody. I think we got everybody that chatted, right? Okay. That streams that we know of. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's begin. If anybody knows that reference. All right, let me also find all the things that we will be needing here. All right, so I was thinking about starting stream early today because, and this is a really weird reason to start stream early, is because my house didn't have water. So there was no running water in the house. And I was like, I'm going to call the water company. And the water company was like, yeah, we know there's a water main break on your street further up the street. It'll be fixed in a couple hours or within the next couple hours. I'm like, that's the vaguest estimate. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I'm like, do I stream first and then worry about? And I was like, like I felt filthy and dirt because I hung out outside and some of the kids got all muddy, and even though I didn't really get muddy, but I was like, and and my kid got a little bit messy. So, but anyway, so the water came back on about an hour before stream, and I'm like, thank goodness. So I was able to take a shower before stream. But anyway, such is life. Okay. So I'll tell you more about misadventures. I'll do another trick first. All right. So okay, here we go. We have the 4 kings and 3 face cards. Sorry. We have 4 kings and 3 black spot cards. Let's not mix. It's very important that I don't mix those up, okay? And okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead. Real streamers shower on stream. All right, well, I guess if that's the metric, I am not a real streamer, okay? So, all right. Okay, so anyway, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and place the 4 kings out like this. And I'm going to go ahead and have... Look, I don't want to ask which streamers have showered on stream, but I know that there's like, was it a pool, hot tub, like spa category or whatever? Because I've seen people stream on it. Usually it's like a pool. Sometimes it's a hot tub. Sometimes it's a tub and people are playing musical instruments in their bathroom, and it's like, I don't know. All right. All right, so this trick is called Michael Elevator, but I think we have to theme it as showering on stream somehow. All right, so let's pretend these are 4 different streamers, and these 4 different streamers are somehow going to let's say that they're going to dive into the deep end. So let's pretend that this is the pool, right? And so everybody is going to go, sorry, the pool, they're going to dive deep into the bottom of the pool. However, as it turns out, they know how to swim, which is great because we don't want any streamers to not swim when they know how to swim on stream. So they're going to swim up to the surface, take a breath, and here they are. Okay, perfectly fine, right? I say. So now this streamer will dive into the pool. Let's pretend they're all at like a shared pool. So right, okay. And so look, this is going to dive into the same pool, and that was the deep end of the pool. You don't want to jump in the shallow end because physics will catch up with you. I won't explain that in depth right now. We'll do that after the trick if you want, but I'd rather not. Okay, but look, so that streamer is now going to just swim up to the surface because take a look. Okay. All right, so now this next streamer is going to get a little bit snarky because they're like, oh, look, I don't have to jump into the deep end. Look, I'm going to, and maybe this was like hiding a little bit of insecurity because maybe they're like, I don't want to go into the deep end. Maybe they're just going to go into like the semi-deep end, just like kind of, it's like that little ramp, right, in between the shallow end and the deep end. So maybe they're just hanging out there. Look, we're not going to judge. It's okay. It's fine. But look, they're also going to be able to. They do show that they can swim anyway because look, they're going to rise to the surface, and they'll be fine. They're fine, right? And so, but this one, so this person is not just going to dive into the deep end, but then when they resurface, they're going to resurface on an inner tube that's somehow inflated in the deep end. See, so here they are. They're gonna, and they've just inflated. Now at this point, I have no idea how they did this, but they appear, they're floating on top, and then they're actually going to go ahead and go over, and somehow they get all three of the other streamers to jump into the floaty because look, here they all are. And that is in it of itself a miracle because I don't even understand how the physics of that would even work. And now if we take a look over here, this is the pool that they are just on top of the entire time. And that, my friends, is Michael Elevator themed as streamers jumping into a pool. I promise you, for the first time, nobody has ever done that trick. Alstro Art says, I never get invited to streamer pool parties. Full disclosure, I've never held a streamer pool party. I have a pool, but I've only held private pool parties and like and like toddler birthday parties. Thank you kindly for the claps, Alstro Art. Oh man. So yeah, I don't understand how the physics of that would necessarily work in my mind. So I'm like, huh. Okay, all right. Actually, I'm gonna need the kings for this next trick anyway. So let's pull them out. Okay, all right. And then I need a couple of extra. Oh, did I get them? Okay, yeah. Let's see. GipsonLens says, I guess House Angel streamed a pool party while we were at their house. Oh, yeah, I think they did, yeah. And then I know that House Andrel has also streamed just randomly. That's actually, I think, when I realized that they lived in Vegas. I'm like, wow, why does it look like they have a fancy pool? Maybe it looks like it's in Vegas. And then later I find out, oh, they live in Vegas. Makes perfect sense. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and prep this trick really quick. Hang on. Please hold. Wait, I'm missing a face card. It's because I'm silly. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so one of my magician friends, actually, if anybody remembers, the former college student, Tiana, she has been telling me about her misadventures in Europe and how she's trying to show magic to Europeans. She hasn't really. So one of the things that she wanted was to be able to show people magic in like random bars and things, but she has this, I think, obstacle that is preventing her. She's kind of afraid to approach new people. And I'm like, oh, okay, that'll make it a little bit tough. Astro Art says, you're Omega Lol PE. Yep, that would do it. Okay, all right. So I have some more misadventures from this week, but anyway, all right. I just want to do this trick, and then we'll go from there. All right. All right. I'm gonna do this as boringly as possible. Boringly being like, this is the way that the trick is supposed to be done, and minus like one little thing. But I have this trick recorded and plan to publish tomorrow on my YouTube. But it is a big story about like partying in college at different like frat houses and sororities and things. But we're not anyway. So I have 4 piles of cards here. There's 3 cards in each pile. These are all face cards. And so you can take a look. They're all face cards. Um, and then we have 4 cards down here. These are 4 jokers. Okay, so you're not gonna mix them up. They're 4 jokers. Okay, I'm gonna have each joker go into each party, each college house or whatever, and hang out and meet people. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Each joker is going to tell all of their joker buddies which party is the best party, and so maybe by the end of this they will all end up at the same house. So here the first joker is like, hey, I just got a text from my buddy from this house, and so he's going to be like, all right, how do I get over there? And so here's the thing. We have one joker. You know that there's other face cards over here. But at some point, this joker is going to travel from here to there. So now if you take a look, there's just a bunch of random people. There's no jokers in there. So now over here, we are going to see that there are 2 jokers, because the one that was over here has jumped over here, because that's 1, that's 2, and then there's some other random people there, right? But now they're going to get a message from their friend from over here, and now they're all going to go over here, because now if we take a look, there's no jokers left over here. There's just a bunch of different people. And so, and now if we take a look at this, we should expect to see 3, right? 3 different joker friends. So here's one joker, right? 2 jokers, 3 jokers, and then somebody else. But as it turns out, these friends are going to get a message from the friend over here. It's like, hey guys, come on over here. And so they just go, because now there's no jokers over here. I know, is that weird? Super weird, right? So now if we take a look, there's 1 joker, 2 jokers. Actually, with this, they're like, hey, what's going on over here? Oh, thank you kindly for the follow, Noble Dominion. I'll wait for a second for all of the emotes to clear. 2 jokers. And then we've got 3 jokers. Oh, thank you so much for the Prime sub. How's it going? And then the 4 jokers right there. Now, I don't know if you know, but at some point these guys were like, wait, why'd you invite us over here? There's nobody over here at this party. And this joker couldn't really explain why he told them to come over here. It's like, I just want to hang out with you guys. I was lonely. And they were like, oh, okay, we understand. But we really were having fun at these other parties. So Basically, at this point, they decided to go back to all the other parties, and then the other roommates came back home. So if we take a look at all of these guys, they're all just jacks, and each one of these jokers that came over to this house has already traveled back to each of the parties. Now we can tell who had a really fun time that night, because if we look at all their backs, everybody who had a fun time last night had a blue back. This guy didn't have that much fun because he just wanted some support. And that, my friends, is diminishing returns. Brand new trick, just learned that a couple days ago, except I added this kicker ending. The original trick is all four of these have the same back, but we have this as my little extra touch, if anybody is curious. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. All right. Whew. So, Noble Dominion, thank you so much for the Prime sub. So, for anybody who doesn't know, anybody who subs or supports with like 500 bits, or there's a way to do it with channel points, you get to sign a card. So, Noble Dominion, if you would like, you are welcome to sign a card from the Twitch deck. Let me pull out all of the cards that have not been signed in this particular deck. And then I'll go ahead and write Noble, well, it's like Noble without the E, Dominion. And then if you happen to request any tricks, which, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, hi, my name is Nam. I'm also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this way on Twitch. I structure my magic stream kind of like a music stream, but I have a StreamerSonglist with no songs on it. It's literally all tricks. So, but yeah, if you want to sign any one of these, Noble Dominion, you are welcome to, and I'll put your name on it. So let me know. In the meantime, if anybody has been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. So yeah, these are the ones that are open. Some very interesting things to note. Normally I see the 7s usually get signed pretty quickly, but right now in the Twitch deck, these 3 are not taken. Face cards typically are pretty popular, but the Jack of Clubs currently is not getting any love. 10s are very widely ignored in both real-life decks and online, so those don't really get any love. Cards that have a lower number tend to have more white space, so I think people tend to choose those. And some magicians instruct people to do that, but so yeah. Anyway, we'll give Noble Dominion a minute. If we don't hear anything, that's okay. We'll proceed. Currently, the queue is empty, so if anyone wants to request anything, feel free. Let's see. So, oh yeah. So after the show, I recorded, put it up. I edited it that night. So by the way, my laptop, my new laptop that I bought, basically as I don't need a new laptop yet, but if I bought it before the tariffs, and I was like, and then there was like that pause on like the tech tariffs. I'm like, come on. So anyway, but it's a new beefy laptop, and video editing is like a breeze on it. So I was like, yeah. But anyway, since Tuesday, I've had 4 of the magicians come to me and ask, hey, can you get me clips for my act or whatever from the show? And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. So I've noticed that my bottleneck is I don't have much like Google Drive space, so I'm asking them to tell me when they downloaded it so I can remove it so I can share the following shares with the other magicians. But anyway, so that's yeah. That's that. Let's see here. So, good news. I've been able to rest up a little bit. I took Thursday off from work and Friday off because I took Thursday off because my wife had it off, so we were able to go to. Well, we were going to do some sort of adventures, but then I had the gout attack, so I was like, all right, we can't really hike or anything. So we went to a nice restaurant. If anybody follows me on Instagram, I had some pictures from a noodle and ramen place, and it was really good because it was like it was like Japanese, Chinese, and Thai food all in one restaurant, and like everything was really good. So I was like, oh man. And there's been like this upsurge of like new Asian, mostly Japanese restaurants near where I live, but this place like price undercuts them for like the same thing and even gives a little bit more food. And I'm like, well, if you're gonna do that, you win. So, um, and then Friday, I was strangely tired, but we got it's like yard work done and stuff, with my peg leg. And then let's see, yesterday we got what did I do yesterday? I don't remember. But today there was a party. One of our friends was visiting from out of town, and then we went and hung out. So, all right. All right. Well, Noble Dominion, let us know if you want to sign one. Otherwise, I will just go ahead and we'll proceed with stream. If you change your mind, let us know. All right. Cool. So, let's see here. Where was I? So I haven't learned that many new tricks. I've mostly been doing video editing for magic stuff lately. So, um, yeah, that's kind of where we're at here. All right. Let me add. You know what? Let me go ahead and do the trick that I normally do, just so we get out of the way early. I was actually trying to come up with an idea. Actually, I'll talk about that right after I do this. But okay, boom. All right, 4 coins, 4 cards. Oh, I just realized these go to a different deck. Okay. Okay. 4 cards. I'm going to go ahead and cover each coin with a card, like so. And we're going to go ahead and make the coin teleport, go from here to here. 1, 2, 3. It happens pretty quick. Don't blink. 1, 2, 3. Happens pretty quick. And last one. There we go. So that's the card, the normal card version. So now let's go ahead and do it without cards. So here we go. There we go. There we go. And then we have 1, 2, 3 over here and 1 over there, and there we go. And then I've been doing the second phase with it, so I'll place it in like a smaller to start, and then we're going to go ahead and move them out to the larger, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that, my friends, is my cardless coin matrix. Okay, there we go. I think I'm getting better at that second one. Did that look okay? I think that probably should have looked good. So let's see, we do this, we did that one. I see Charlie's request for shaking the aces. Thank you so much for the follow. Beth, kinda, sorta. Okay, all right. So let's see. Oh yeah, so the party that we went to today, one of our friends was visiting out of town. He was he touts himself as knowing cheap beer, and so his sister, who owned the place that we were hanging out at, basically held a a beer tasting. I couldn't participate because of the gout. I took like ibuprofen, and I was like, "Yep, I'm not gonna have anything," because between the alcohol potentially like giving me more pain, I also don't mix uh, drugs with alcohol for good reason. So, but there was like 7 or 8 people who were participating, and everybody got varying levels of correct, except for the friend that touted being able to identify cheap beers. He got 100%, and I was like, "Yo, dude, I knew you were gonna. You shouldn't get less than a 60% because I knew you." And lo and behold, he got everything correct. And I was like, later he was like, "I'm not sure if that's he wasn't sure if that was something to be proud of because it's like that just me." And I was like, "Yep, you can identify cheap beers." So, all right. Okay, let's go ahead and prep for, which one is this one? Shaking the Aces. All right. Okay. Actually, I don't know if I've done this one in a while. Okay, so here we've got Ace. Actually, this is the Ace of Spades signed by Charlie's Beats because I like to use the card that was signed by the person who requested the trick, if possible. It's not always possible. So Ace of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, and Ace of Hearts. Now, here's what we're going to do with this. If I go ahead and I take these aces, turn them face down, but I place the Ace of Spades um, face up amongst the packet, right? You will still be able to see uh, the ace in the packet like this, right? But as part of this trick, all I have to do is shake the aces, and then that will actually turn over uh, the ace, right? And so that's how that's going to work. So, and I don't have to shake it that way. I'm going to hold the pack and shake it this way too. So, shake, 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 and that's going to turn over one of the aces. In this case, the ace of hearts. It'll turn it face up because they were all face down. Um, Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a shake again, and that will go ahead and turn up another one. The ace of clubs. And actually, some people believe that I have to do it with the cards face down, but actually I could do it with that face up. So look, I'm going to go ahead and shake, and that'll turn up the ace of diamonds. That's weird, huh? All right. So look, now we've got all 4 aces face down. Charlie's got the sus eyes. Now, what I want to show you is that magicians can turn over aces really fast, okay? Don't watch this card, because that's not the magical one. I want you to watch this one. And so here's how we do it, right? 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you noticed, but we just turned. You probably know how maybe that one is turned over. But the difference is I didn't just turn that one over. I literally turned all of them over. I don't know if you can tell, but all of the aces are now face up. And that, my friends, is shaking the aces. Thank you kindly for the claps and emotes. E-Room, Charlie's Beats. Thank you guys. Thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. So yeah, it was nice to go to the party earlier today. We saw a lot of familiar faces that we hadn't seen in a while. All of our friends in that friend group basically have kids now for the most part, so everybody's talking about, oh my god, your kid's so big. Oh my god, they grow up so fast. Holy crap, I didn't realize your kid was this big. How old is your kid now? Wow, your kid is tall for that age. And it's just like, oh, I remember, this is what my parents did when they saw Friends. And it's like, oh, and they talked about me. And it's like, oh, okay, old enough to realize they're talking about us. So, yeah. Uh, all right, let's see. Thanks for the claps, Charlie. All right. So let's see. We showed off the new trick today. We talked about all of the magic stuff that happened during the week. Oh, last week we had opened up a bunch of decks that were brand new. And I hadn't gotten a chance to go through all of them. I have now. I'm happy to report that I've opened them all. So here are the ones that we opened up last week. And I'm now happy to report that we have now opened all of them. I have opened all of them. So let me pull all of those decks over. And I have not shuffled these yet, so I literally just opened them and just thumbed through them. And so yeah, here's the 3 Beatles decks, the other 2 Avengers decks, the Guardians of the Galaxy deck, the Rick and Morty deck, and the Star Trek Dark version of the deck. And so there we go. But yeah, the one thing that I was looking at was that this Beetle, the color of this, the yellow Beatles deck, it looks, I think, kind of neon-ish. I was wondering if what people were actually going to be using this, if this would actually be obnoxious over time, because it is quite a bright, um, very neon green yellow kind of color. So, but anyway, if anybody's curious, here's the. Actually, that's probably not a very good spread here. Boom, brand new deck order. But yeah, the jokers are the same. The aces are the same. I think we talked about them when I opened up the which one? I opened up the blue one, the other last week. So, but yeah, the pattern remains the same. So like, the diamonds and the hearts have the same color scheme, but then the clubs and the spades have different. Like here, the clubs have like a purplish center, and then the the spades have like a blue. So I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, just fun little thing. All right, so that's this deck. We have seen the Avengers ones before. We've technically seen the Star Trek one. There was nothing different. But actually, let me do. Hold on. Let me just find a really quick thing. I'm just quickly checking on a thing really quick. Okay. All right. So if I ever wanted to pretend I was in Star Trek, this deck, the Star Trek deck, comes with a fun little toy. So it has this card, but actually, if I just go ahead and I show you that I need to communicate, we can. So it literally has like 2 cards. Unfortunately, they're not the same back as the deck, which I'm a little upset at, because you could totally fit these in, and these would like be like perfect gaffs. But like, so I can open up the communicator. Huda! That would be great for a magic trick. But yeah, so I was able to show a few magic tricks to some friends earlier, but I told them that I got over the hump of like needing to show people tricks like all the time, every time. Because honestly, this stream helps. I can just show tricks on this stream, and it totally and it kind of satiates me a little bit. And so yeah. Hey, here's all the face cards if anybody hadn't seen this deck before. So, and the cool thing is that they have both the original actor and then the picture of the new actor as well. So, and here's the spades. There we go. So like if we take a look, here's like the original Khan. I don't remember who the actor was, but then here's Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan. So yeah, there we go. And the Jokers are cool. They are mid-transport, blue shirt, red shirt. I don't know. Yeah, you can't tell specifically who they are. You just kind of have to assume their body types, but I think they're meant to be faceless. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. E-Room says Ricardo Montalban. Ah, okay. I was unaware. But thank you for. I'm assuming that that is the original Khan's name. So, Ricardo. Hey, who are you? Khan? No, Ricardo. um, all right. Oh yeah, and then the other two decks are sci-fi decks: Guardians of the Galaxy and Rick and Morty. Actually, we should probably open. So here's a Joker from the Guardians of the Galaxy deck. So if anybody has ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you know like 80s music plays a big role in that movie, in the first movie anyway. And so in the cassette tape. And here's what a Joker looks like. Or sorry, not a Joker, Ace of Spades. Here's the other Joker. I think that's upside down. And then the face cards are various different characters in Guardians of the Galaxy. I actually haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy for a long time, so I'm like, I don't remember everybody. So, but I remember watching it. I liked it. I thought it was good. Welcome to Fantasy Island, says E-Room. Wait. Oh, E-Room, do I have to say welcome to Fantasy Island with the accent? Would that be appropriate, or is that already offensive? Sorry, by the way. And here's Rick and Morty. So, okay, the interesting thing about the Rick and Morty ones is that each pip has multiple designs. And so I noticed this on the first time through, but like if you take a look at the 5 of spades, there's like 3 pip designs. So like this one is the same, this one's the same, and then that one is different. And now if we take a look, like there's so many different details on all of these pips. And similar thing with really all of the other ones too. Everything has multiple pip designs on the card. It's like I think there's at least 3. Is there 4? It's like 3 or 4. And then like here, the face cards are mostly actually is everybody actually just Rick, Morty? So yeah, all the Mortys are jokers, all of the Summers are queens, and then all the Ricks are kings. And then aces are just like various different things. So like if anybody's familiar, this is like Mr. Meeseeks, I think, is that character's name. And like the clubs, same thing, like multiple different club designs, and they're all super intricate, like in the whole thing. And then there's like Birdman, the Ace of Clubs, and the hearts of course all of the pips, and then I don't even know what that is. Like, I can't tell. Or maybe I don't know that character. So I only watched like the first 2 seasons because I think when the 3rd season came out, I could not watch it without having cable TV, and I was not going to pay for cable TV. Oh, E-Room says yes. Oh, okay. So all right, let me hop back up here. Welcome to Fantasy. Wait a say. Ricardo. Welcome to Fantasy Island. I almost sound like Dracula. I feel like I sound like Dracula. Yes. Or say the plane. The plane. Oh, in a high. Oh, sorry. In a high toned voice. Oh, sorry. The plane. The plane. The plane is on fire. No, sorry, that's too soon. Too soon. Which, by the way, my sympathies go out to air travel in general. E-Room, thank you kindly for the applause for maybe the Oh wait. Oh, hold on. Wait. Is it the plane? The plane. Is that it? Is that? I'm trying to remember if that's like a reference to something that I don't know the full reference to, but oh yeah, so while I didn't have water earlier, I was like, I couldn't take a shower, I couldn't wash my hands, I couldn't make new tea. So I'm like, so here I was running around the house thinking like, do I have to empty all of the little bits of water from like like my kids' water bottles and stuff? And I'm like, uh and then I was happy that the water came back. But oh, I'm probably not supposed to mention this, but you know what? I'm not going to actually identify anybody, but shh. So my neighbors were pregnant, expecting their second kid, and I texted them like saying, I called the water company and being like, all right, they said that the water will come back, and they texted me back, oh, this is poor timing for bringing back, you know, their second kid from the hospital. I'm like, what? So they had their second kid. I was like, all right, cool. So you heard it here first, but unless you actually know who I am and my neighbors, hopefully I didn't dox or tell anybody a secret that I wasn't supposed to. I mean, they texted me and they told me that. Yeah, so water in the toilet tank is potable. Just don't drink from the bowl. I mean, it's potable, but I don't actually want to drink that water. I mean, so like if you've ever opened up the back of a toilet, like it looks filthy. Like even if theoretically you know it hasn't like, you know, been flushed and touched anything, I'm like I wouldn't want to. I mean, even if you like boil it and, you know, disinfect it, it's like there could be physical matter in there that's like eh. So, but no, thanks for the tip, Eroom. Guys, if you need to survive and you need water and you don't have any, water in the tank is potable, according to Eroom. Hashtag not my advice. I'm just repeating what Eroom said in chat. Hashtag disclaimer, you know, use your own judgment. Be smart about it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've thought about like what I would do in a survival situation, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, lack of water is kind of a big deal. Like, all right, okay, so where were we? Oh yes, what tricks haven't I done in a while? Actually, I've generally been pretty happy with my performances lately. So red pack. Oh, I haven't done red packet, black packet in a while. Okay, we gotta do that one. But okay, here let me see here. We'll do, okay, that. Then we'll do uh, this. And then here. Okay. Oh, which by the way, I finally found, or no, wait, is this the one that I actually found the, oh no, this one I still don't know exactly. No, I think I found the attribution information for this trick. I updated it on my YouTube channel, but I don't think I updated it on this trick list. Uh, if anybody is interested in like magic history and slash or card trick history, that's kind of like where I'm at with these. Black packet, red packet. Oh yeah, so this trick is called Thanks to Walton, and it is by Cameron Francis. So hold on, actually, while I'm here, you know what? Because it hadn't been done in a while. I'm gonna update this in the trick list right now before I forget. Okay, edit. Thanks to Walton. Cameron Francis. All right. Save. All right, guys. Accuracy. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. But I had been calling it black packet, red packet for a while. So I'm not going to take it off because that's how I remember it. All right. Here we go. So I've got 8 cards. These 4 cards are black spot cards. I'm just going to lay these over here like so. And then these 4 cards over here are all red face cards. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take out one of these red face cards and swap it for one of these black spot cards. But if I snap, this will all still look like red face cards. I know, it's a little bit weird, but if you missed it, look, we'll do it again. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that in here. Black spot card now amongst the red face cards, but look, you'll still see all red face cards. Some people believe that I have to do them one at a time, but we can actually do it two at a time. And so I'll just scoop these remaining two, put them in here, and snap. I don't know if you can tell, but look, they're all still going to look like red face cards. So a lot of people are like, wait. Those black spot cards must be down there. And I'm like, I mean, that is a good guess. Yeah, you could think that. And I would say that maybe you are only half right, because these two are black spot cards. But maybe they're not the black spot cards you think they are. They're two red ace spot cards. Sorry, black aces. Because these two are two red ace spot cards. And that, my friends, is thanks to Walton, a.k.a. Red Packet and Black Packet. So one of the fun things about being in card magic this long is, like, if I keep on doing the same trick and I eventually realize, oh my god, that's the same trick, I can, like, connect the dots later. And I was like, it's so cool. It's like discovering a treasure, or like if, like an anthropologist, right? Like, I've discovered this thing that connects back to this thing that I know about. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. And also, yeah, I like that trick, so I shouldn't let it get to be 5 months before I do it again. Oh, so my stream title, that's right, I forgot to mention. On Friday, I got my hair cut. If you haven't noticed, my hair is short. I don't have, like, a ponytail anymore. And so I got it chopped off. I got, like, it was like 6 inches taken out of my hair. So everything feels light and fluffy and airy. And normally I would be like, oh, this is great for the summer, but it's been freaking cold here. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have gotten my hair cut yet. Because, like, my ears can feel it. It was also interesting because now, like, when you have long hair, sometimes your hair gets between, like, your head and your earphones, your headphones, if you wear headphones, not like earbuds or something. But now I realize if I have these headphones on for like an hour, I can feel like, oh, my hair insulated from the sweat. So these stick to my ears now when I wear them kind of for a long time. So when I took them off, I just gave them, like, aeration. I aerated my ears, guys. Aerated my ears. So yeah, I only get my haircut once a year ever since pandemic, because well, at first everything shut down, so I'm like, oh, I guess I can't get my haircut, because I think my wife used to tell me to get my haircut once every, like, couple months or whatever. So it'd be 6 haircuts. I don't know how much haircuts were about 2020, but they're certainly way more expensive now. And I'm like, I don't know how much, like, regular cheap haircuts would be, but they're probably, like, at least $20. GipsonLens says, long hair is too much work for me. Yo, I totally understand, because I had it. Like, it's a pain to wash the longer hair. It's a pain to, like, brush and comb the longer hair. Like, it's nice insulating in the winter. Like, that feels good. But for a lot of people who have long hair and want it, like, all year long, like, they get into habits where it's like they can push it out of their eyes and stuff. But if you're not used to it, right? Like, the first time when you have long hair, it's like, oh no, my hair is poking me in the eye. And luckily I have, like, glasses, so that was never really a big issue. But then it's like, it gets long enough, I was like, oh no, my hair, it's poking into my mouth, and each time I take a bite of food, I'm also eating hair. And it's just like, it's like that kind of stuff. And so for a while, like the last, like, month, right, every single time you see me stream, I would have my hair in a headband, in a hairband. And because I'm like, I just don't want to deal with it, like, falling from my face, poking anything. And it's like, I actually think I also got a pimple on my face, probably because of my long hair, because I must have, like, gotten the hair in some food or something, and then it deposited on that spot on my face. And I'm like, why? I watch this spot in my face, and it's like, oh, unless I got some food on my hair, and that piece of hair hit that spot on my face. I'm like, yeah, that's all right. So anyway, I now have short hair, and it is light and wonderful. So I go see the same girl to my hairstylist. I've never had a hairstylist probably until like 2022, but it was the same girl cutting my hair for like over a decade. I think I told people this story last year, but anyway, I went back to her and she was like, "Oh yeah, is it time for your yearly?" And I'm like, "Yep." It's like okay, and she no longer. So I met her at Supercuts because when I was in college, I was like, I don't care where I get my hair cut. So I got my hair cut at Supercuts, but I would see her so often that she ended up knowing how to cut my hair. Like, and at the time, everybody liked my haircut after that. So I'm like, all right, I want to have you just cut my hair. Throughout like my entire years, I only had like two other people at Supercuts randomly cut my hair because I needed my haircut and like she wasn't available. But then every other time, I was just like, nope, I just need my hairstylist to cut my hair. Cut 2 years later, after the pandemic, she's no longer working at Supercuts, and it would have been very distraught for me had she not just randomly friended me on Facebook. And I'm like, is this my hairstylist? I don't even know, because I didn't know her last name. I only called her by her first name, and then so I look at her Facebook profile and it just sent her a message. It's like, oh, is that you? Are you no longer with Supercuts? And she was like, oh yeah, I had to leave, left last year. I'm like, okay. And this was like a couple years ago now. So, but she's been at this new place, at this local place, like hair salon, and I'm like, sure, it's more for a haircut, but I don't have to pay for a haircut every 2 months. Which, if it was $20, right, that's $120 every year. But now it's like I just have to pay for one, and it's an awesome cut, and it's with somebody that knows my hair, even though she only sees it once a year. And it's like, all right, that's good. I can pay a little bit more for one cut a year. It's fine. I'm good. So that's my story. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, damn it. I just dropped a bunch of decks of cards. I hope they are okay. I hope. All right. Looks like they're mostly fine. Anyway, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Oh no, I did break something. None of the decks broke, but this box is really cheap in terms of how it's made. So take a look. This box that had like the 12 decks in it has now ripped because it has fallen once. I could probably tape it if it needed to be, but honestly, I don't know if the quality is good enough. And honestly, this was the first time I bought this many decks from them, and their decks are great, but maybe I will never get this box again, even though it was technically free if you buy a dozen decks. So I guess I can't argue, but like it would have been nice if it's slightly more solid, unfortunately. Which is kind of depressing because like the company makes really good quality decks of cards. They also produce the Escape Room board game Box 1 and Box 2 that was put out by NPH, and I love those. And those components are actually pretty good. And so it's kind of depressing that the company's Theory 11, that this is. I dropped this box once and then it rips in the corner. But otherwise, yeah, so individual deck's good. This collector's box, not so good. Duct tape will fix that. Yeah, I have like four different kinds of tape because being a magician, there's like, oh, I just want regular clear tape. And then it's like, I want double-sided tape. And then there's like, I have Gorilla tape. I have duct tape. I have electrical tape. So I guess I have like a ton of different kinds. Anyway. Oh, Charlie's Beats has requested an illogical conclusion. So let me go ahead and prep for that really quick. Actually, let me see if I can. Can I spice it up some way? Maybe I should spice it up some way. Where did I put? So I had cleaned I cleaned this area like a little while ago. Oh, I bet you it's in a box over there. Hmm. All right, let me come up with something else to see if I can uh, make this kind of interesting. I kind of really just want to go over there and see if. Hold on. I'll still be on the microphone. You just won't be able to see my face for just a second. Ugh. Maybe you'll hear my grunts and groans of pulling a box because I'm old. Sorry, there's a lot of commiseration of being old as parents from a bunch of friends today, so still in that mental mood. My apologies and sympathies if I offend anybody on the stream. I'm sorry. I love you. Don't leave. I'm not seeing what I want to get. So, all right, we'll have to do the spiced up version another time. So I will go ahead and just prepare for doing it this way. All right. Okay, all right, so we are going to go ahead and actually, I hope I haven't forgotten how to do this trick. That would be silly. Okay, all right, we're going to do this, and this. Okay, and then oh, hang on, one more. All right, I may have to rehearse this one really quick, guys. Because I don't think I've done this one in. Let's see. GipsonLens says, "Oh, but now you get exercise from lifting your kid around." Yo, my kid is 3.5, and she is like almost 40 pounds, and she's still like, oh, can you pick me up or pick me up, Daddy? And not only pick her up, but like bring her up and down the stairs. I'm like, this is not as good if you have me bring you up and down the stairs. Uh, so. Okay, let's see here. So if we do this, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, I think I remember now. All right. Did not need to rehearse, and if I if I mess this up, it's a boss trick. So, all right, we've got two piles here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 kids are wearing a mask, and we have no idea what they look like. But over here, these 4 kids, we can see their faces because look, they're all red face cards, right? But look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and swap one of the kids from over here with one of the kids from over here. See, and now we should be able to maybe see what this kid looks like. Oh, wait, but they all still look like red face cards. Interesting. Let's go ahead and swap 2 of them over with 2 of the ones with masks and put them over here. And I don't know if there are still masks there, but look, if we just go ahead and show you, they're all still going to look an awful lot like kids with masks, or all the the kids with red face cards. Okay, now we're going to swap 3 of them with 3 of these kids. And the idea is, can you tell me what the other kids are by the end of this trick? The masked kids. Okay, and then last one, let's go ahead and just swap one more. and we can show you all of these. So question is, are all of the kids red face cards? Or are there red number cards, black number cards, black face cards? So I'll show you these because we just looked at them. But here's the illogical conclusion. When kids have masks on, you have no idea what those kids are, and you have no idea what they're trying to do, and you have no idea what game they're playing, and it could be a very ridiculous game. And so they're not going to look like the other kids who are playing nicely over here, okay? Even though they're trying to hide it as though they are, because you'll never know that this 7-year-old, this 8-year-old, this 9-year-old, and this other 8-year-old are really up to shenanigans in their masks. Okay, so that there we go. That's that's the lesson. That's the lesson. I have no idea if anybody has ever themed that trick as kids. But hold on, I've seen some microphone activations from my kid's room. She is supposed to be sleeping, but if she woke up, unfortunately, we are in a situation where we just rearranged her room today, and I'm hoping that she's not waking up because her room is all messed up, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm discombobulated." Thank you, Kylie, for the claps. GipsonLens. All right. Let's see here. Okay, all right. So let's see. What else is new? Mostly just parenting. Oh yeah, so there was some news, and to be fair, if anybody's in the tech industry, you've probably been hit with something similar. Maybe not you personally, but like just the general news. So this weekend there were a ton of tech layoffs from like Microsoft and probably some other companies. But earlier in the long weekend, I found out that my previous employer, the one that laid me off prior, laid off another large swath of people and is closing down shop. So if anybody remembers a place called TCG Player, because I know that there's some people that play like collectible card games here. So for a while I worked for TCG Player and they laid me off. Well, their headquarters is in Syracuse, or at least it was, until they announced that they are shutting down the warehouse operations in Syracuse, which is kind of depressing because I still have friends that live and work there, and I don't know what a lot of them are going to do now. The ones in technology, I think, probably are still employed, but the ones who were actually like working with the cards to ship out cards in that warehouse, mostly like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, um, they are now going to be out of jobs in the next couple weeks or couple months. I don't even know what the rollout is, but like I still have T-shirts that say TCG Player on it, and I'm like, so yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats, and yes, GipsonLens has the tears. So yeah, I definitely felt like a stab, like right in the, like getting out of school, and it's like, oh, I'm going to be a software engineer. Ah, you're going to have great job security, and now it's like, no, it doesn't feel like any software engineer has great job security. So I'm like, oh, how depressing. So yeah, nothing happened with me per se. It's just it doesn't inspire the confidence in so in that thing. Anyway, sorry for getting all heavy for a moment, but I was like, it's just been like a crazy week. Not that everything was bad. There was a bunch of good stuff too, but it's just like, not. I also found out that a service that I use was data breached, and so I'm now part of a new class action settlement. I got an email like a couple days ago, and so it's like, oh, okay, maybe I get some money, but somebody might have my medical information. I'm just like, come on. Uh, I want to ask, when will it stop? But I know deep down it just can't stop now. It just won't. So everybody, I behoove you to take good care of your digital accounts, logins. This is a PSA. So have long, strong passwords if you have to have a password. If you can, use passkeys. Passkeys are different from passwords. They're basically things that you don't have to remember. But some service, for example, like Google, can have passkeys for you. There are some browsers doing it now. There's multi-factor authentication. That's where a piece of information, but then also you have something that they know that only the real owner would have, potentially a device that they could then send a code to. If you can have a multi-factor authentication code, try and have an authenticator app, because those are encrypted and linked and locked to your device, and not if it's sent through SMS, which is like regular text messages are not encrypted. So if anybody intercepts that and happens to know your login information, they could then take control of your account. So sorry, I don't mean to scare anybody, but I don't know why I'm just spewing all of this out. This is not even like, it's just stuff that I'm thinking about that I'm just letting you know. Like, take good care of your digital selves. Like, you know. Yeah. So some of the things that I do at my workplace is that I'm on a team that combats like payment fraud, right? And so you get into a bunch of things like, oh, are these real people? Are these real users? How do you know? Or is like, is this a real order? Like, do I disregard it? I work in like the restaurant space, so it's like, this restaurant is getting an order for just a bottled soda. And it's like, why would you order a bottled soda and it's like, oh, the only reason might be it's fraudulent. They just want to see if their credit card will work. Oh, no shoes form. Thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. GipsonLens says, I sort of knew that about 2FA, which then made it seem weird that everyone became obsessed with 2FA. I mean, it's still like a better technology than like just password, but like if anybody was going to target you specifically, they'll probably still get you. Like, that's the thing. But in lieu of, like, if somebody just had a password and it was not 2FA and they just needed to get into an account and they had that other person's account, it's like there's a neighborhood, and like this neighborhood house, their door was unlocked, and so whatever thief would have just gotten into that one because it was already unlocked. They're not going to take forth the effort. But if they go and visit like 3 other houses, they're all locked. They'll just go for the weakest one, right? But if somebody's like, that Nam guy, I need to break into his house to steal his TV or whatever. Nobody's gonna steal my TV. Nobody, like, TVs are kind of impractical to take, right? Like, but Smiling Days 2027. Hey, welcome in. How's it going, Smiling Days? Hey, I'm so late, cause hey, no worries about it. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. You're not following our friend Smiling Days. Please give Smiling Days a follow. Smiling Days is a variety game streamer as well, or sorry, fantasy streamer, and definitely catch Smiling Days streaming different games. So there you go. Hold on, let me read this list of games because I think I've rated in like 2 or 3 times. So let's see, Final Fantasy games, guys. I love Final Fantasy. Fall Guys, Just Chatting, Super Mario, excellent. Oh, thanks for the shout out. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Also, guys, if anybody is wants to see some more magic, I know I'm just jibber jabbering. Hopefully, it's been interesting talk. But if anybody wants to request any tricks, here's the trick list. Let's see. Smiling Day says, "Oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh, I'm doing all right. I literally this entire stream, all the just chatting has been up and down, and I've just been talking about like everything that's been happening during the week, and like so." Anyway, oh yeah, also, Lord knows that I'm afraid to get on a plane right now. There's so many things. Is everybody aware of what's happening at the Newark airport? Like, there's crazy technology issues, and now they're short-staffed for for air traffic control at Newark. I'm just like, oh man. So I don't want to travel. I don't want to fly. There was a recent plane crash in like San Diego, right? I don't know if GipsonLens, you know anything about that? I know that's kind of like a little bit like south. It's like hours drive south of you, right? But um, yeah, there was a private plane crash in San Diego. I think there was like music industry people on it. So, but anyway, yeah. All right. Let's see here. What other tricks haven't I done in a while? Let me take a look at. Let's see. 8-card brainwave requires a person. Oh, inverted card trick I haven't done in a while. Let's see. GipsonLens says, "Oh, I haven't read any details about it." Oh, okay, all right. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do this trick. Actually, I'm gonna do it slightly differently. Uh, so as a magician, I have 50 bajillion cards, and I have no idea where any specific card is if I ever need one. Anyway, I'll tell you why, because I'm gonna do it the cool way in this trick. Okay. All right. So. All right, first things first, here's the deck. We can have any card selected. It doesn't really matter which one it is, so I'll just pull one out. Ace of Spades, amazing. Right, so Ace of Spades. As I said, doesn't really matter that I know what it is, but I would normally keep it a secret if it came down to it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and if you were here, you could then insert the card into the deck yourself. So here we go. Insert the card into the deck like this. Boom. If I don't say boom, it doesn't work, right? It's part of the trick. But now, if I just go ahead and 1, 2, 3, I don't know if you can tell, but all of the cards have just jumped around your card, or the card that we selected, because now if I just go through the deck, we'll see one card facing in the opposite direction. All right. And that card is our Ace of Spades. Now, that's just the first phase. So now we'll do the second half of the trick. So now once again, but this time you'll see that I'm putting, you may know, this might give away how the first half is done. I'm now putting the face down card into a face down deck. Okay. But look, all we have to do is thumb through and you'll see that there's one card face down amongst all the other cards. And this card is actually the Ace of Spades. Now, I don't normally expose this, but one of my most recent YouTube videos where I do like this kind of trick, I did tell the existence of a secret helper that helps this trick get achieved. And that secret helper is this card right here. So here's the rest of the deck. And these are legitimately normal, but this one is not. And if you take a look, it is because it is a double-backed card. It is a card that has two backs on it. Now, whether you understand how it's done or not, just know that this exists. But we can do this trick that we just did without this. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And here's what we're going to do. We do need another selection now. So we can go ahead and have like another card get selected. So, and doesn't matter that I see this. So 5 of clubs. 5 of clubs is now our our selection, okay? And so here's what we are going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take the 5 of clubs, and we're going to go ahead and put it into the middle of the deck, okay, like this. But now all I have to do is snap. And if I spread through, you'll now see that there is one card facing in the opposite direction. And what is this card? This card, well, it happens to be our 5 of clubs. And now this version that you just saw me do does not require the use of our special card, the double backer. I just did it purely with sleight of hand. And so that is the part that will hopefully get people. Oh yeah, also this card trick, it's not just the inverted card trick, it's also called the phantom card trick, I think. So I should probably add that just so that people know. But anyway, yeah, it's not every day I'm exposing things like the double backer. Is it exposure? Or, I mean, some people probably inherently know and think that, oh, it must exist, it's a thing. And even if it didn't exist, you must know that it could be created by just taking 2 regular cards and taping them together. Like, that's also certainly possible. Let me see here. I want to edit this. Phantom card trick. All right. I still don't know who created it, so if anybody knows. Let's see here. Pillbilly, welcome in. How's it going? Pillbilly says, did you get a haircut? Thanks for noticing, Pillbilly. The answer is yes. I got many hairs cut and very short. I did recap the story of getting a haircut earlier, but yeah, I think I got over like 6 inches off, taking off the hair. So no more ponytail, no more bun for at least like 9 or 10 months before it grows back. I only get one haircut a year, so it's usually right before pool season. Which, by the way, my pool is being stupid still. The pool itself is okay, but like the pool equipment around it, which I think I complained about last week, or I don't remember now, but the pool chlorinator is stupid. That's. But yes, hello. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Were you here? Did you just see that trick? Did you hear that I I revealed that this card existed? This magical card. This magical card is a double backer. It's a card that has 2 backs on one side, or sorry, 2 backs on both sides. I guess is maybe the best way to explain it. I am well, thanks. Good to hear, Pillbilly. Good to hear. All right, let's see. What tricks haven't I done in a while? Man, there are tricks I haven't done in 4 months, huh? All right, so we just did that one. Little Devil. Oh man, I should do that one. Okay. Yeah, the other thing that I like about stream is that if I if I don't practice, like the only reason why I feel confident enough in front of real people, I'm certain is because I've done them here. Like that's the reason why I feel like I am confident in doing tricks in front of real people is that because I've practiced them here. And so I feel like if I would be doing myself a disservice if I just have the stream but I don't practice. It's like it almost seems wasteful, right? Like especially because I don't even stream that often. Oh man, I don't stream that often. As I said, I would love to stream more. Currently, it's just like a time constraint thing, but maybe one day. All right, cool. So, let's see here. All right, we have 4 6s and 9s that are black, mostly because at certain angles they might look like 666. Because this is the Little Devil's Elevator, or it's like the mini version of another trick I do called the Devil's Elevator. And then here's our selected person who we're going to send to hell, the Queen of Diamonds, for being narcissistic and spending tons of money. she's a billionaire, so maybe no sympathy, right? So here's the Queen of Diamonds. Let me just go ahead and leave the Queen of Diamonds over here, and over here we've got our 4 black 6s and 9s, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and place our Queen of Diamonds here in the second level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. But now she's going to know to get into the elevator, the maintenance elevator, have the doors closed, press the up elevator button to come back up to the surface, which is the easiest level of hell to escape from hell. And I don't know if you can tell, but look, there she is. But now the devil's like, no, 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 you've got to come back down. And you know what? As your punishment, we're going to go ahead and put you in a deeper level of hell. Not the first, not the second, but the third level of hell. She can get in there, but she knows the secret. She knows to find the secret maintenance elevator, get in it, press the up elevator button. And I don't know if you see, but she has made it to the uppermost level of hell, which is the easiest one to escape from. Tyler's Variety. Thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. Man, big raid. Thank you so much for the big raid. I'm currently in the middle of a trick, so we will go ahead and finish up the trick, but then I'll give you the most appropriate fanfare right after. So, let's see. We just had the queen go in the second level of hell, the third level of hell, so now we're going to go ahead and have the queen go in the fourth level of hell. Waiting for all the emotes to clear, so let's go ahead and place in the fourth. But now, let's go ahead and she's going to get into the maintenance elevator, press the up elevator button, get up to the surface, boom. But some people suspect that perhaps she had escaped from hell already, but no, these are the same black 6s and 9s that we've been using the whole time. So now we just need to get, so the devil says, come on back, and we're going to put you in the fifth level of hell, see? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. But all we need to do is she gets in the elevator, presses the elevator button, and she comes back up to the top to escape. And that, my friends, is Little Devil. And now we're coming back here, and we can appropriately say, hello, welcome in, Raiders. How's everybody doing today? Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way. And I like to do sleight of hand card magic on stream. Even if you've never been here before, hello, welcome in. I do sleight of hand Sundays, which is what I call this thing today. And I structure my stream kind of like a music stream. I actually use a StreamerSonglist, but there's no songs in it. It's all magic tricks, mostly card tricks. So anyway, let me catch up with chat because I know I saw a bunch of raid messages. So Tyler raid, thank you so much for the raid. Tyler's Variety, how was your stream? What did you do? If we can get a shout out for Tyler's Variety. Let's see. So hello, welcome in, Bruno Esquire, Cat Hatter 669. Ice Manny YR, Leon Haberdashery, Christina Nanana, welcome in. I remember Christina Nanana because I made a big deal about pronouncing Christina Nanana properly. I am Death 719, Metalheads with Cats, Rebajag, Nil Ein, Bugsy Trini, welcome in. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Jay Haluska, thank you. Koneho 8888. Oh, thank you for the 8s. I only know what the 888 means because I hang out in the keyboard grinder stream. So I know that 8s is like, it's like clapping, right? Scambait Magic. No. I will do sleight of hand card magic. But yeah, if you're expecting real magic, this is not real magic. It's sleight of hand. So, all right. Let me show the Raiders something, and we'll go ahead and... All right, so here's the thing. Oh, and by the way, Tyler, if you want to request something for your raid, I guess you don't know what like magic tricks are, but if you know the names of magic tricks, you can request something, or you can randomly request something. But I'll do something for the raiders now. So anyway, we have a bunch of cards. They're all unique. A bunch of them are signed even. And so let's go ahead and pick one. So we have the 8 of Spades. And so here's what we're going to do. Let's pretend that we are now magically connected to the 8 of Spades. Not just me, but like chat, you guys are. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place the 8 of Spades just, in the middle of the deck there, right there. Okay. Can you do card in the shredder? What is the shredder, may I ask? Anyway, so now we're connected to the 8 of Spades. But look, if I snap, that's actually going to bring the 8 of Spades up to the top. Now, we just got this power. We don't want to waste it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take it and put it in the middle of the deck like this. And if you want to snap again, we can bring that back up to the top as well. Because here it is. Now, some people think that magicians do some shenanigans, and to that I would say, yeah, you're right. We are shenanigan-y. Let me just go ahead and push that in the middle of the deck. Importantly, we didn't snap yet. So look, if I show you the top card, that's not the 8 of Spades, that's some other 8. And then it's not on the bottom. Some people think I hide it on the bottom. That's another 8, which is very surprising. Let's see. Oh, Kit Kat Gad says, inside stream joke, scam bait gift card in Shredder tonight. Oh, okay. The Shredder is what happened to a scammer's Amazon card. Oh, okay, that's brilliant. But look, if I snap, that will bring up the 8 of Spades. Wait, hold on, did I snap good enough? Oh, okay, there we go. I just didn't snap good enough. Now, some people believe that there's some shenanigans afoot, and to that I would say, yeah, you're right. Sleight of hand is filled with shenanigans. So look, I'm going to leave this sticking out. You'll know it's the same one because it is the 8 of Spades, and it is signed by the person who had signed it prior to you guys getting here. I'm going to put it in the middle of this packet. I'm going to put this whole packet in the middle of this packet. Once again, I'm not hiding it on the top, not hiding it on the bottom. But look, that will bring the 8 of Spades back up. Strange, right? Okay, so let's see. So something happened to a gift card called the Shredder. I will assume that it destroyed it. Let me see if I can just theme a trick really quick to destroy a gift card. Let's see here. You know, and there's one we haven't done in a while. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's do this one. I haven't done it in a while. Okay, so. All right, so here we've got the 4 aces, and these are aces because they are brand new gift cards, okay? So let's pretend that all the aces are filled and brand new gift cards. So that was the ace of diamonds, ace of spades, ace of hearts, and ace of clubs, okay? And so here's what we are going to do. I'm going to show you what happens when we have 4 perfectly good gift cards, but one of them gets eaten by the Shredder. So over here is the Shredder. Now, if you are a scammer and somebody wants to take one of these, you want to have it get taken undetected, right? So I'm going to let you in on a little secret of magic. So sometimes magicians might palm a card. That would be like me running up to you and just mugging you and taking the gift card. You'll know that I took it. You'll even see my face probably. But here's how somebody might take it digitally, right? And so look, if I just go ahead and I take it like this. Now, even if I show you, it's like encrypted, so you can't see it, right? But I will go ahead and put it in the shredder. You won't know it's in the shredder until it is placed into the shredder, and now it's there. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Totally absorbed. Okay, so now here's the thing. Some people are like, yo, you can't do the same magic twice. And I'm like, sure as hell. It's like, I can do what I want. This is my stream. All right, but look. So now look. Now these are other gift cards, and they were also sent to other scammers. Once again, I could mug you, and you'll see it. You'll know. But look, if I go ahead and I just take it digitally, right? I just take the number. I don't need. You see, look, it's there. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put that gift card in the shredder, and you won't see it until you see that the numbers are shredded, right? Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Um, so yeah. Now we have, uh, and we know that this gift card's still good, right? So because so it's filled, right? It has an ace, and so but what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and leave that over here, and secretly the scammer has started to realize, hey, wait, this is getting in the way, and so they're going to want to get that card. And so let's go ahead and they try and hide it amongst the deck, but they're actually not going to be able to retrieve it, because look, if you see, you'll see that it's still there up until the very last second of me taking all of the bits, all of the numbers that are associated with that gift card. And you won't see that I have it until I put it into the shredder. See? And now the shredder has it. Now, at the beginning of the trick, you guys remember that I said that the gift cards were only full and good if they were aces. Well, if you try and look at any of these gift card numbers now that they've been through the shredder, as it turns out, they're no longer full, because look, they're no longer the aces. They are eights. Somebody misheard. You know, when you mishear some numbers, it's not eight. It's not ace of spades. It's eight of spades. And so there we go. That, my friends, is a trick based. I themed it as gift cards and shredders. So there you go. Full disclosure, never done that version before. uh, So yeah, stream exclusive. As far as I know, I don't know too many people theming their tricks as like gift cards, which is kind of funny too, because I was just earlier I was talking about payment fraud, like digital payment fraud, because I work as a software engineer on a payments team, and we have to try and fight fraud like all the time. So it's a kind of a weird confluence of things connecting at the end right here. Um, So anyway, let me catch up with chat. So Kit Kat Gad, the question was, can you do a card? Can you do a card in the shredder? The answer is yes. I just did it. So there you go. And then Christina na 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 says, lol lol lol. And then inside stream joke. Okay, so yeah, we got that. The shredder is what happened to the scammer's Amazon card. Boom. All right, we shredded them. You have our attention. Awesome. I'm glad I got your attention. Totally absorbed. Glorious. Whoa again. All right. Ice Many YR has the green dot. Thank you for the green dot. I'm not sure what that means, but it's green. It's not red, so probably good, right? Same and same. Let's see. Warlock says Kit Kat Gad. All right. Woo! Says Christina. No. Yay! Thank you kindly for the claps. Ice Manny. I'm just calling you Ice Manny. Bugsy Trini. Thank you kindly for the claps. We will ask for it again. All right. If you remind me that, hey, it was that time with the gift cards and the shredder, I can do that version again. Christina Nana says yes. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tyler's Variety and Reba Jag. Thank you kindly for the claps. I want that job. Oh, shredding gift cards or like software engineer fighting fraud, because they're kind of two different jobs, even though probably there's some similarities. Thank you kindly for the claps. Bruno, Nil. Green dot is a gift card the scammers like to ask for. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, fight fraud. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. I think the way that I fight fraud is probably not as fun as some of the ways that I've seen streamers fight fraud. So that's, yeah, the ways that I fight fraud are very boring. Don't even really direct much. There's a bunch of projects already on the team's plate to do stuff, but yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for that raid, Tyler. So thank you. You are still a link in the chain. Okay. Let's see. Christina says, does a gift card shredder position pay much? I mean, I'm sure that there's not like a gift card shredder. It wouldn't actually probably be at my company because I'm like in a weird like middle. I'm like a weird middleware. The gift card shredder would probably have to exist at the gift card payment processor. So that's probably where that would have to go. Sounds like fun to me. Data analyst though. I see. So all right, let's see here. Let me do, actually, I did this earlier, but let me do something quick and visual for the raiders so that we can entertain them while they're here if they would like to stay for a minute or two. So I've got 4 coins, 4 cards. We are going to move some money around, and actually we could theme this like moving money around in digital wallets or like in crypto or something, right? Okay, so I've got 4 coins, 4 cards. I'm gonna right now cover each coin with a card, and that can represent putting crypto in some wallet, right? So here's 4 different wallets. Now, when we move money around in 4 different crypto wallets, you never know where it's gonna go exactly, but there's always this like track record of like a blockchain that you can. So I'm gonna move this money from here over here, right? And it's gonna happen pretty quick. You're not gonna see it happen, so don't blink. But now we're gonna move some money into this wallet over there, and then this one over here to that one. And you know, at this point, either this has to be a business or there's something sus going on over here in this wallet. So there you go. Let's see. Tyler's right. He says, "Night all. It is after midnight. Going to bed." Ah, excellent. Well, thank you kindly for the raid, Tyler's variety. Greatly appreciate it. Um, so, oh yeah, let me. Oh yeah, are you the same? You rated me before, right? Maybe under a different username. Is that so? Just wondering, because I think Christina, no. That's you. You'd come in for, right before. Oh no, this is first. I think. Oh, okay, all right. Because somehow I thought that there was somebody else that rated that maybe was also named Tyler, and Christina came in from that rate as well. So, but oh, that was another scam baiter. We're all in the same community. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys are all in the same community. All right, that makes perfect sense. Gotcha. There was another. I think TV Hatch, TV Raid. Oh, okay, got it. All right, cool. Thanks. I remember there was some scam baiters, but I just don't remember because, admittedly, I don't I don't watch a lot of scam baiting on Twitch. I have watched some on YouTube, but that's probably the extent of me watching scam baiting. All right, let's see here. So I was thinking about wrapping up stream in maybe the next 20 minutes, but if anybody would like to request a trick, and if you want to add some magic to the queue, feel free. You can also request a random request. If you do !random, it'll choose a random one and add it to the list. Oh, days. This is like one of my favorite tricks to do like as a finale, but I can do it now before the finale. But anyway, heads up if anybody wants to request anything, you're welcome to. Oh, thank you for the follow, Christina. Na. I think I got enough Nas. I don't remember. Actually, now here's the challenge. Can I theme... Thank you for the follow, Kit Kat Gad. Appreciate it. Now the next question is, can I theme this trick as like a scam bait related thing? Is the question. Okay, it's maybe like tech. I can theme it as maybe like tech tangential. It won't be scam bait direct, I think, but yes, you can do it. Money mules. All right. I can do it. Yes, I can definitely theme it as something. All right. So first things first. I've got a packet of cards here. We've got a 6 of diamonds. We've got a queen of clubs. Now, when I count through these 4 cards here, they're going to look like normal cards. All right. But if you look at the back of them, they're going to look a little bit strange. And if we equate this to anything, it might be because if I was to try and look at some scambaiter's IP address, it might be reflected across many IP addresses or locations because perhaps they're going through a VPN or multiple VPNs. Actually, this is a very strange thing because sometimes you might not be able to track somebody's IP address if they're trying to hide it very well. So we've got these three cards that have this strange property in that they're double backed, but actually what some people may know is that VPNs don't truly hide your identity. What they'll do is actually send your traffic through and make it appear as though it is something coming from a different location, coming from somewhere else, right? And so, but ultimately, it will mask your true IP address at the beginning, yours. Let me demonstrate that with these cards, right? And so, look, if I have some traffic and I reflect it through this VPN, right? So let's pretend this is the traffic. Goes through this VPN here. Christina Nana says, that's right. Well, whether it may look like the traffic or not, you could confuse it because it'll be encrypted. And when you see a bunch of things that look the same, maybe you can't track it because now they will all look like 6 of diamonds. Okay, maybe the analogy is not perfect here, but that's okay. Well, let's pretend you didn't like this VPN because perhaps it didn't encrypt things as much as you liked it to. So you're like, all right, I'm going to try this other VPN provider. And so let's say you send your traffic through this VPN provider. And so let's pretend this mirrored all the traffic and did the same thing as the first one, because instead of making them look like 6 of diamonds, they all looked like queens of clubs. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? VPN providers shouldn't be doing this. They should hide your identity. And so, well, at this point, we now know we haven't switched our VPN yet, but we're like, okay, we need a reliable VPN provider. And so, look, we found one, right? So here, actually, finally, this is a good VPN provider. And we'll know that it's a good VPN provider because, look, if we just send all the traffic through, this VPN provider actually masks your traffic. And if somebody attempts to backtrace, all they'll see is what they would expect to see, the back of your traffic, and they can't identify you. And that, my friends, is also a first. Dazed, the card trick, themed as data going through VPNs. I guess this. I think if I was to rework that, I want to rework that a little bit because I didn't really like how the story actually technically didn't make sense like for like one bit of it, but I think I've got it now. If I was to do it again, I think it would be fine. I'd do it better next time. Thank you kindly for the claps. Christina Nanana, Bugsy Trini, thank you kindly for the applause, Beth. You did great. Awesome. If nothing else, I at least understand what a VPN is the most important thing. It would probably be very embarrassing because I work in technology and I don't know what a VPN does. That would be pretty embarrassing. All right, cool. So let's see here. Thank you kindly for the follow. I'm twitching bad. Thank you kindly for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. All right, let's see here. What do I want to do next? Oh, if anybody's been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. All right. Let's see here. Maybe on a similar vein. Okay, let's see. I've got a trick I want to do. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm mentally jumping through some hurdles in my head right now to see if I can also theme it as like a technology theme. Hmm. This is actually an interesting exercise because I have not tried to do a lot of retheming in the technology space, which, may be a mistake. Maybe I should. Let's see. If I was to do this, the theming, so if I syskey, I don't know if I know enough about syskeys to make to do something with that. Okay. Maybe it'll come to me as I go through this trick. Actually, if I can theme this as a stock market, it might make more sense. All right. Okay. So, we've got 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's pretend that these 4 cards are representing an initial investment in the stock market. And so here we've got a red ace here, and then we've got a red ace here. Okay. And we've got our black aces over here. Now, let's pretend that I take that money over here and I put it into the stock market over here. So now if we take a look, we have our money here in the stock market. Now a lot of people are wondering, well, where are the black aces? Well, the black aces were in the stock market, but that wasn't your money, right? So if we take a look at your bank account, there is no money in there. But now if you leave your money here in the stock market, sometimes you could walk away with riches. And actually, if you have a very good investment strategy over the long term, you should gain money. However, sometimes very very unfortunate things occur, and actually you might lose your money. And so let's pretend this is one of those very unfortunate situations, and you lose your money. And actually, by the end of this, you have no money in the stock market. Oh, they do the scam already. Fake investment. All right, perfect. So this is a fake investment scam. There you go. Awesome. So now I can retheme it as a fake investment scam. Thank you for the idea, KitKat Gad. We could do it with that theme instead. Boom. But thank you. That was a good idea. Yeah. You are welcome. You know what? Let me type that in. I'm gonna put that in my notes. Fake investment scam. All right. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm oftentimes looking for like ideas for new tricks or like how to retheme tricks, because there's sometimes like the audience of the trick matters a lot. So like for right now, right, we've got a bunch of scam bait community in here, and so like I can cater to that, right? Like I know some stuff, hopefully. All right. Let's see here. Anyway, you can spread the scams among the people. Our community friends are going to love these tricks. Awesome. Yeah. So I mean I usually leave my VODs up for the entire time of that they will be retained on Twitch, and then I have a YouTube channel and I throw all these over to YouTube. So if you remember the date of this one, when this one goes up, you can check out this particular playlist on my YouTube channel, because I don't make these. I'll make them public for like a month, and then I unlist them, mostly because it keeps my YouTube page clean. But like this playlist basically has all of my Twitch VODs. So education for the scams out there. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if any of these seem like really good ideas, I could try and make a polished trick, because I do like to publish a YouTube video each week, and I could theme one for a community if they would like. But this seems like, because also you know, I probably wouldn't do magic tricks for things I don't understand, but like I'm in technology, so like that works, right? Like, yes, 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 that's right. Cool, awesome. So yeah, it's like finding that inspiration to also make my magic not just like, you know, a magic trick that is done the same way that other magicians do it, right? Like I want to be able to infuse my creativity and like into the tricks that I do. And like for those of you guys who rated in and I tried to retheme all the tricks for that, like basically that's, that's half of the fun of this stream, right? It's like I want to do things that are not all like you can just search Trent for on YouTube. So not saying that I don't want you to find my stuff on YouTube, but I do a lot of tricks where I retheme those tricks too. So people don't know the scams that are out there. Oh yeah, right, absolutely. Like there's something that I didn't even know about that was even really like I must have known that it was technically possible. But like for example, phone porting, right? And so literally earlier this stream, I spoke about like two-factor authentication and how SMS is not actually secure because it's just sent in clear text, and that's how a lot of two-factor authentication codes are sent, right? And so it's like, well, that's not that secure. I didn't mention like phone porting earlier, but like I knew that there is an attack that a cybercriminal or like a fraudster could port your phone number to be on a phone that they control, and like there's very little oversight as to like how ISPs will port phones. It's just like a regular thing. Like if you can socially engineer like the agent that is allowing you the port, you can do it, right? Like Kit Kat Cat says you can do a romance scam with the Jack of Hearts. I mean, we can. Let's see here, romance scam. Let me see here, Jack of Hearts. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get another. I'm getting another idea right now. Let me see if I can do it. I think I can do it. All right. Refund scam might be a good rename too. Oh yeah, refund scam. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Refund scam, or what some people call friendly fraud or first party fraud, right? Is that what we're talking about? Okay. All right. Let's pretend we have a cyber criminal, the Jack of Hearts. In this case, it's a romance scam. And ultimately, the goal of this romance scam is that they want to get your money. Let's pretend that your money is going to be represented by these tens in your savings, in your checking, in your digital wallet, right? And so here's the thing. First, our romantic doesn't have immediate access to your digital wallets and your bank accounts and anything. However, over time, they will try and get over into here, into your bank accounts. However, let's pretend that you have a great friend and family network and they actually are supporting you and they realize this is a scam. And so they're like, don't let that guy get over there. Unfortunately, it seems as though that guy has made it over there. However, luckily, your friends and family. So look, over here where your accounts were is our cyber criminal, the Jack of Hearts. But luckily, your friends and family had already locked down all of your accounts, and so all of your accounts are safely away from our scam romancer. All right, and that's another one, I think. Hopefully that was okay. Let's see. Scammers edit HTML and make victim believe they got more back when in fake it's an illusion. Oh yeah, they ask for their money back. Yeah, got it. Pretty cool, says KitKatCat. Awesome, thanks. I think that one could use some refinement too. But that was like the first thing that came to my mind when I was like, oh, romance scam. We could do something like that. Oh, we could do another one where maybe the blackjacks actually get away with money. Is that one we could do maybe? Yeah, okay. So let's pretend you don't have as many great friends and family to support. And so here's a couple of other cyber criminals. I guess they're all being represented by jacks. So now look, first things first, these two jacks, they are working in cahoots, and so they are working as a team. And so when cyber criminals work as a team, you know it's going to be a lot harder to protect your money. And so they're going to be able to extract your money because let's say in a data breach they found some of your information, and look, they're going to go ahead and be able to grab, I don't know if you can tell, but look, they grab some of your money from the bank, right? And so let's take a look. They've taken, let's say these are your checking accounts, right? Well, that was perhaps because they were able to access your information. Well, sometimes they don't have to have a data breach. They don't even have to be physically at a site. Let's pretend they're doing it remotely. So look, here's where all the money is. Let's say this is your savings, right? And so look, I don't know if you can tell, but look, they were able to gain access to another of your accounts and take all of your money. Now, some people think that they have to do these tricks in the open, but as it turns out, they don't have to. They could go undercover to try and fool you, like perhaps as a romance scammer. And so, look, they're going to go ahead and take another of your account, perhaps your digital wallets, right? And so, but finally, once they hit you hard, and once you realize it might be too late to stop them from taking all of your money. Boom. There we go. Kit Kat Gad says, whoa. Thanks for the whoa. And Christina Nanana says, eep, dirty, rotten scammers. Yep, dirty, rotten scammers. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-room. All right, guys, I'm thinking about wrapping up soon. Thank you kindly for the claps, Bugsy Trini. So I'm going to do a last call. And then if you haven't been here for last call before, I basically say if you want to have any tricks, we'll put them in the queue, and then I'll put in a finale trick still, and then I do my outro, and then I do the finale trick. So that's usually what goes down. I would say that I have work tomorrow, but actually I don't, because in the United States we have a holiday tomorrow. So for anybody who observes Memorial Day, happy Memorial Day tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, and then let's see here. I did do a couple of tricks that I normally close out with, so I think the one that I have to do as a finale tonight is going to be Picasso Aces. So let me... Aces. All right, and then, yeah, so if we see anything else, we'll do that before the finale, and then if not, we'll do the finale trick, but let's do the outro now. So, thank you so much for everybody coming to hang out with me tonight. Thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether it was requesting a trick, chatting in chat, any of the sound alerts, emotes, chatting. I don't know if we had anybody click on the heat map today for choosing a card, but if anybody doesn't know, I have a way for people to choose cards. So if anybody is on desktop, actually this is just a demonstration at this point. If you're on desktop, click directly on the screen, and that's how we have sometimes people directly interact with, if you want to pick a card or something. You'll see like a heat map put a mark on the screen. Yeah, so there we go. So here is a card selected by somebody in chat. We can't hook these up to whoever put them back, but that's the selection. And so the selection is the three of diamonds. And so, yeah. So for anybody who interacted with the stream, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. For anybody wondering why I do this, is because I like to keep my skills sharp. I'm a hobbyist. I'm a software engineer by day, and then I'm a magician mostly at night. So thank you to all of the lurkers out there, because Magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm just fiddling with cards by myself here, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Also, thank you so much to everybody who supported today. We had a lot of new follows. Thank you so much to Tyler's Variety for the raid. We had a bunch of new followers, so thank you so much for all the new follows, everybody. Thank you for the early hype train. Thank you for the resub, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you kindly for the bits, Alstro Art and Adam. So thank you guys so much. Let's see. Also, let's give some mod love to our mods. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. So if you liked seeing this, give him a follow. He's actually like 13 people away from 1,000 followers. So if you want to help him get over the hump of 1K followers, definitely give him a follow. Catch him Monday nights for Magic Mondays. If you catch him other nights, he's playing retro games or lately been playing Grand Theft Auto. So definitely check him out. If you're not following our friend and mod GipsonLens, please give GipsonLens a follow. GipsonLens is a pianist. He has composed a bunch of his own originals, some of which are very popular amongst the music streamers of Twitch. And he has released his first album as of a couple months ago called, well, the group is called Ungilded, but the album is called Homeless. And so definitely check it out. They're all his originals, but they're actually collabs by a bunch of different Twitch musicians. So if you follow a bunch of Twitch musicians, definitely give it a listen. It's free to listen. Just follow that link tree. It's streaming on all music services. So, and then also, if anybody wants to see more of me and I'm not around, check out my YouTube channel. I have over 300 magic performances recorded on YouTube and put out there. And then if you want to catch the VODs later, if they fall off retention here on Twitch, you can check out this playlist for all of the Twitch VODs. So, all right, cool. And then with that, oh, I did not, I did not prepare for my own finale trick, guys. I was not prepared. All right. Okay. There we go. All right, and for everybody, just so you know, if I mess up this trick, I don't like ending stream on a trick that I mess up on. So if I mess up this trick, we're gonna do another trick. But if it's successful, we'll call it a successful finale, and we'll raid out. So yeah, there we go. All right. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and. All right. First things first, I have a deck. I do want to show you this deck, importantly because these aces did not come from this deck. So I don't want you to believe that these aces came from there, because these aces are red-backed. So we've got the Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Spades, or sorry, Ace of Diamonds. This one's the Ace of Spades. All right. But here, with these four aces, I want to do something interesting with the aces and these blue cards. So I'm going to go ahead and place all of these aces out like this. Okay. So I'm going to leave the ace of spades up there because that's the one that a lot of magicians will use as the leader ace to try and collect all of the aces together by the end of the trick. And so hopefully I'll be able to do that just with a little magic. So I'm going to place 3 cards onto each pile like this. And let's square up these piles. And here's what we're going to do. First things first, you'll be able to tell that the ace is still in this pile. Not until I pick it up, not physically, but like ethereally. And I'm going to swap it with one of the blue cards in there, because now if I go through this, there's actually no red-backed cards. And if you take a look, there's no aces. But if we take a look in this pile, before there was only 1 red ace and 2 blue cards, right? But now, if you see, there's actually blue, red, red, blue. So there's 2 and 2. Okay. Same thing over here. Let's take a look. We see an ace right there, and you'll be able to see this ace right now, but just up until I grab it to swap it with one of the blue cards in there. Because now if we take a look, there's actually no red backed cards, and there's no aces. And if we take a look now, so there were 2 and 2 before, right? But now there should be 3 aces, because we take a look, there's 3 red backed cards. And now some people are like, there's probably something fishy going on. And to that I would say, yeah, you're right. This is a sleight of hand magic stream. So that's what you get. But look, you can still see that the ace is here. And I can place it amongst these cards, right? Because you could still see the ace, because from the back you'll still see the red card. And from the face you'll still see that the ace is there, right? But look, if I just go ahead and I do that swap again with that final blue card that's in this pile, you'll see that now all of the backs are blue. And if we look at the faces, none of them are aces. So now if we take a look, all 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, are all red backed, and they're all aces. The ace of diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, I will say is a successful finale. And we got mind blown from Christina Nanana. Thank you for the mind blown. Thank you kindly for the claps. Thank you kindly for the claps, GipsonLens. Thank you kindly for the claps, eRoom. Thank you for the claps, Bugsy Trini. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, especially if you've never seen that trick before. That's one of my favorite tricks. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's such a strong, like, magical effect. And it's like I had to learn it. So I proceeded to learn it, and here we go. Now I can do it. And I was like, it's so cool. But yeah, it's so good. Like when I watched it the first time, and I'm like, how the hell? Like, and I was already into magic for a couple years. And I'm like, and so I'm like, that's so brilliant. Oh my god, I need to learn how to do that. So I love this trick. It's one of my favorite tricks, I think. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the queue. I probably should have closed the queue earlier, but unpin. All right, cool. All right. So anyway, yeah, I normally do Sunday nights. If I have any weird one-off streams, it's usually a gaming stream. But for the most part, I just try and stick to my Sunday schedule. If anybody is curious, it's because I have a 40-hour per hour week of work. I'm also a dad. I have a kid. I have other hobbies as well between so between parent, job, Twitch, and YouTube. That's a lot of time already. So, but anyway, I do tell chat occasionally that's like, I even mentioned it earlier today. It's like, I wish there was more time in the day so I could stream, but you know, I've already made it like my priority in my life to be like the best dad I could be. So, I mean, I hope nobody guilts me out of that, because that's like, yeah, there's a longer story to that. But anyway. All right, cool. So, all right, let's see who is on and who to raid. Normally, I like to raid like streamer friends that are musicians, because, magic is a performing art, music is a performing art. Music has a lot better support on Twitch than. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to help me out, I have a. If you could vote on user voice to get a legitimate magic category, because right now I'm streaming under Magician, which is like a really old and dead NES game. However, we did get somebody coming in here once asking, oh, you're not going to play Magician? I'm like, oh, the NES game? No. And then I told them the story about I don't have a real category to stream under. So if we can get a real magic category, that would be awesome. We just need the numbers. There's other categories that exist that are like, man, and there's not enough support for magic. Like, so please help. All right. Okay. Sorry, diatribe over. We can now raid out. So let me see who's on. Uh, and let's see here. Who did I raid last week? I'm gonna pull up my spreadsheet. Yep, it's not surprising that if I have a stream spreadsheet. Which, by the way, today is Magic Stream number 142. So yeah. Let's see. Last time we rated out to Marshall Silver. Okay. A late stream for ZD. Oh wait. Oh, you're right. ZD is still going on. That is a good suggestion, actually. We do owe her probably many raids because she's raided many times with here before. Okay, yeah, let's raid into ZD Major 7 because we almost never get a chance to raid her, and she's raided in a bunch of times, and so we should raid her. All right. Alrighty, everybody. I've decided on a raid target. So, Barney of the Rebel, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for the attempted levitation. The queue is closed, and I don't do basically non-card tricks. So, but anyway, welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well, and thanks for the sentiment anyway. All right. So guys, if you would like to come along on the raid, here's a raid call. Here's a sub raid call if you're subbed. We're going to be raiding our friend ZD Major 7. ZD Major 7 is a musician and is part of a video game orchestra, and so and ZD has raided over here many times. Also, one of the most generous people because she'll raid in and then resub, and then leave. I mean, she usually goes for like ice cream or hot chocolate or something after stream. So, but yeah, let's go over and raid our friend ZD Major 7 today, and yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Bert. I was gonna scroll through and just be like, oh, man, there's a bunch of names, and there were a lot of names on today, I think so. But all right. Anyway, great seeing everybody tonight. Hopefully everybody had fun. I had a good time. As those of you who heard about my week's been nuts. Like it's been crazy. So this was nice and chill. And then we got raided, and then I mean I still felt it was a little chill afterwards, but it was fun. So and once again, thank you to the raiders. Thank you for all the new follows. And remember everybody to hydrate. And remember to stretch and remember to get good sleep because we know that it's very hard to get good sleep nowadays. So, all right, everybody, take care and we'll see you guys. Bye.